our people who we are according to this Bible. Give me 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. We out here to cast down these strongholds, all these imaginations that are on our people.
You got 5 minutes?
You got a second, bro, to know your nationality? Sis, we out here to show our people the things that we have been taught throughout slavery have been taught by our oppressors. Read what you got.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
So we not out here with guns and knives and all these different type of weapons, sis. We out here with the word of God. To do what?
Right.
But mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
Sis, Christmas is a stronghold. Juneteenth is a stronghold. We wasn't free. After Juneteenth, they had Jim Crow laws. We were still in slavery, sharecropping. We out here to show all these things that we so-called learned through slavery and through our oppressors are strongholds weighing down on our people. We don't know our nationality. Read.
Verse 5. Casting down imaginations.
Christmas is an imagination. What an image at? This picture of Jesus is an imagination. This is not the true image of Christ. We learn this in the Christian church. We learn this in all different types of religion, but this is an imagination. Christ is a black man according to God. This is what we out here to show our people. This information is not taught to everyone in the world. They hid it from you. Why? Give me Psalms 83 and verse 3. I'm going to show you what these so-called other nations have tried to do to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, sis. They have tried to destroy us since day one because they know who we are. We're the only nation who don't know. Read what you got.
Psalms chapter 83 and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel against the children of God, sis. Let me ask you a question. Who do you see going through the most oppression, the most afflictions anywhere in America?
Bring it out.
That's us, right, sis? That's me and you. That's the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We the only people since we came over here on slave ships, they have constantly kept their foot on our neck, sis.
Right.
And they have not taught us the truth. They've indoctrinated us through their school system, their education system. They want us to work from day in to day out. They still put us in prison houses, mass incarceration. This man has constantly afflicted us, sis. What we out here to do, we trying to wake our people up.
Right.
We trying to question those things that they have taught us, sis, because it's all been lies when you read the Bible. They didn't tell you you was from the tribe of Judah, I'm assuming, that you was the children of Israel.
Right.
They gave you, they said you were African American, sis.
Right.
They said you was a Negro.
Right.
They said you don't matter. They said remove the black man, let the black woman do all bad by herself, sis.
Right.
But according to God, the man is supposed to be ruling in the house. They have taken crafty, read it again.
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
We are God's chosen people, sis. That's why we keep going through these afflictions. That's why these curses keep happening to us. Now, you might ask yourself, why do these things happen? Why do they not happen to any other nation of people? Let me Deuteronomy 28:15. I'm going to show you why these things constantly happen to us, sis. Because they have changed the image of our God. They have made us mentally destroyed. They say we the lowest. All we can be is a rapper, a basketball player, a drug dealer.
Right.
They don't teach us to be a doctor,
Right.
a lawyer, an accountant,
Right.
a professor, a teacher. They say, oh no, the only way black people can make it in America is dribbling a ball, rapping some lyrics. But I'm here to tell you today, and if you come back to your true nationality and to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, you're going to prosper. You and your children, sis. Let me show you why these things happen to us. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it up.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So sis, we see today, we're not listening to God. Why? Because our pastors are not teaching us to keep the laws of God.
Right.
They teaching you everybody can be saved. They teaching you the laws are done away with. But sis, when you open up this Bible, it says in order to get salvation, in order to get the kingdom of heaven, we have to keep the commandments and believe on the black Messiah, as it is written in the scriptures. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments, and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So it says these curses. The brothers have been bringing out some of the curses. Sis, did you know our history is in the Bible? Did you know that it was prophesied by Moses that we would go into slave ships? Have you ever been taught that before, sis? You ain't never. So if I read it out the Bible, I'm going to show you that the Bible is a true book. We just haven't been taught. The ones who taught us our religion or taught us who we are, they don't want us to know the truth. Let me show you this right here, sis, as one of the curses from God. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Sis, how do we get over here? How do we come to America, sis? On ships, right? So the Bible just said if we breaking the commandments of God, this is prophesied 2,000 years before it even happened, sis. Showing you the Bible is a true book. It's our history book. It's our, for instance, if I'm a people and I'm oppressing you, am I going to tell you who you really are in this Bible?
Right.
Or I'm going to teach it to you my way to keep you destroyed.
Right.
Because throughout history, sis, it's always a ruling class, and it's always somebody at the bottom.
Right.
How do you keep the people oppressed? We're going to hide this information out of the Bible. We're not going to teach them who they are according to the Bible.
Right.
We're not going to tell you that they are the true children of God. How do we know? Because of these curses. We went into Egypt again on ships. Egypt is just synonymous for slavery, sis. This is our history recorded in the Bible.
Right.
We are those people that got taken off the coast of Africa and brought over here, sis. This is how we able to identify. This is us. This is documented history. This ain't a secret. This is what they did to us, sis. And they want us to forget this. Or they want to say, oh, the Holocaust happened. 6 million Jews compared to 200 million of us. That don't even count. That don't even compare, sis. This is our history, and we read it out the Bible. Let me read it for you again. Read.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
We never seen our homeland. We calling ourselves black, African American. Where are these lands at? When you say you Chinese or you Japanese, you have a specific land you go to. As you can see, this is where we went through all across the world in slavery. The sub-Saharan slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade. We have been slaves all since because we broke God's commandments. That's what I'm trying to show you today. It's prophesied in the Bible. If we don't come back to his commandments, that these things are going to keep happening. If we keep staying in our sin, we're not going to get salvation. You with me, sis? Finish this verse. Let me finish this verse.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Sis, when we got off here on the boats, who was we sold to?
Bring it out.
Who was we on the auction block with? I know you probably can't see it, but it's a picture of us on the auction block down here at the bottom. That was us. That was us getting sold, sis. $35, $45, $55, $65, sis. These curses, and they said they'd be sold to our enemies, the so-called white man, who's Esau today, Edomites. Finish that.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
So we was bondmen and bondwomen in the cotton field, sugarcane, tobacco from sun up to sundown. If you didn't pick enough cotton, your hand was getting chopped off. You was getting lashed in the back. This the history they want you to forget. They trying to take this history out of the schools because they don't want to know that we the greatest nation on this earth. We the greatest people walking on this earth. As I said earlier, we get oppressed the most because of what? Give me Hebrews 12 and 6. Your kids mess up, sis. They don't let, you said have the meat out by the time you get off work. If they don't have that meat out by the time you get off work, you're going to be upset, right? You're going to have to discipline them, right? The same way God feels about us being his only chosen people is the same way that you're going to discipline your child to make them understand that I'm your mother. You're supposed to listen to me. It's the same thing with God. That's why these afflictions and these curses are happening to us. Read what you got.
Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth.
The Lord loves me and you, sis. That's why we able to go through affliction. 400 years of slavery, and we still trying to climb up to the top. White people have one, so-called white man have one bad day, one flat tire, they whole day ruined. They not built like us, sis. We the only nation to be able to endure this thing. Read it again from the top.
For whom the Lord loveth,
God said he loves the children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's the only nation he ever dealt with. Give me Amos 3 after this. Finish this.
For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he received.
So just as your child, when they disobey you, you gotta correct them. You might gotta spank them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta chastise them. It don't mean you hate them, do you, sis? If you correct your kids, that don't mean you hate them. That means I'm your mother. You're gonna respect and obey me while you in this house. The same with God, sis. It's no different. Let me show you another scripture of why Hebrews just said, whom the Lord loveth, he chastiseth. Let's see what else he said. Read.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
The children of Israel, the Lord, read the back of that flyer. Since we got a school, all the information is on the back. We got a YouTube page, all manners of social media. Check us out, sis. You and your kids. We got a school. We meet not this Saturday though, but next Saturday we're gonna be there at 2:30 p.m. Read what you got.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You only have he known. You so-called, how you doing, my sisters? We showing that the curses of God only apply to one nation of people, and he only chose the nation of Israel.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.